Never give up. A man who is a true inspiration to others dealing with worries that they'll never find true happiness or love in their lifetime. This man never once gave up on himself. He pushed through and became the hero of his own story, which is so great to see. NGU is hailed by many as an extremely wholesome person who deserves nothing but the best in his life after everything he's faced in his 30 years. He's someone that has shown that there's light at the end of the tunnel and is living proof that if you really believe in yourself, you can reach your goals no matter how far away they might seem. Since the creation of his YouTube channel, he's been using it as a way to connect with other people in the same mind space as he is, and to give them advice or motivation to never give up.
And I always say, like, if life gets too hard, it's good to force yourself to do things. It's good to, like, not just lay down and think about the bad things. And I've been trying to blog it and document it, and, like, I want people who are in a similar situation to not feel alone.
He started his channel back in 2019 with a 30-minute long video titled Being Ugly, My Experience. This video gained over 20 million views and would cover information surrounding his love life throughout his lifetime, the struggles he's faced both mentally and physically, as well as experiences and messages that he believes would help his audience if touched upon, regardless of if it means telling the world some of his lowest times and best kept secrets.
I feel really alone, and I felt like I was gonna search YouTube for people with the same issue as me, and that is being really unattractive. And I've been having lots of issues with that, because every video I come across is with a really attractive or normal person, and they have no idea how it really is.
Throughout the years, he's uploaded the occasional gaming video, but the majority of his content revolves around life stories, health updates, motivation, and how to overcome common struggles with relationships or appearance. Funnily enough, he's even had some people say that he's become their comfort YouTuber now because they resonate with his words, and they almost feel as though they're listening to a friend when watching his videos, especially when he's either talking about something negative that's happened to him recently and how he's overcoming it, or giving advice on a general topic that many of us may struggle with. NGU might not think it or know it, but he really has helped individuals realize that there can be better days ahead and that making yourself vulnerable isn't always a bad thing. The development of his own self has been insane. From a seemingly shy, upset, and diffident guy 5 years ago to a now flourishing 30-year-old who has impacted the lives and minds of millions of viewers, both young and old. On a more upsetting note though, he said himself that he's been treated awfully throughout his childhood and even his adulthood, whether that be getting bullied in school, getting stood up by women he would meet online, having people turn on him out of nowhere, or a vocal minority consistently harassing him in his comments.
Everyone knows Simpsons. Everyone knows, like, that dude Milhouse, the blue-haired Bart's friend, who is, like, allergic to everything and has, like, these millions problems. I'm like that type of person. Like, physically a mess, mentally a bigger mess. Through all of that, some of the problems that I have make it easier. Like, I have a hard time staying negative for a long period of time. I'm overwhelmingly positive for a bunch of months, for a year maybe, sometimes very long, and then suddenly it comes crashing down, and then I become super depressed for like a month.
But even after experiencing all of this, he has never changed who he is as a person. There's not an inch of hate or spite that has come out of him. Overall, he seems like a very stoic guy that wants to be a role model to his audience, and if things don't go completely to plan or his way, that's okay. He'll respect the opinions of others and go down a new path in the future without holding a grudge or any bad feelings. He wishes nothing but the best to anyone and everyone, regardless of if they have been hateful towards him or treated him poorly, and seems to be extremely understanding of any situation, whether that benefits him or hurts him. It's sad that a man as pure, wholesome, and genuine as him has to also suffer even more with biological complications. NGU has said in a few videos that he struggles with breathing and has a few problems because of an issue with his throat and his jaw.
Started getting I was sick written. They sick written me for, I think it was 1 or 2 years the first time. And I got the LSS thingy from the government. I felt more ill and ill. I lost all my energy. Like all the things I worked up to, all my muscles disappeared really fast. I was completely paralyzed for a duration of like 2 months. I couldn't even move out of bed or anything. I had no energy. Everything hurt. And
He's attempted things like mewing to gradually restructure his jaw and chin shape, but unfortunately, it seems like that won't fix the root cause. He's also admitted that he's tried to get surgery through government funding, however, they won't comply because they don't believe it's at all linked to his breathing.
I would love surgery, but it's way too expensive, and the government really doesn't want to support me in anything that I currently would need, even though some of the things are kind of valid, because I believe that one of my throat issues is because of my bad jaw, and it's kind of sad that they deny everything to me.
The surgery itself is crazily expensive, so saving up for that, as well as needing money for rent, bills, food, etc., is almost impossible. One day, though, he hopes to be able to afford surgery to fix his breathing, and that's what's motivating him to push on and give advice to people that need to hear it. This surgery would then allow him to exercise properly and fix his posture, which is another thing he can't currently do with his breathing issues. But just like most things, you can fix one thing, and then all of a sudden, something else needs fixing. However, NGU did also say that if he got his jaw worked on, he feels like he would then have to get surgery on his nose, his bottom lip, and his teeth, which would cost tens of thousands and would have no guarantee that it would actually fix his breathing.
It's more than just a jaw problem. I mean, yes, I could fix my jaw, but then I'm still stuck with my nose. And if I fix my nose, I would still need to fix my lower lip. And one of my front teeth is kind of on the side, like...
His love life has been pretty up and down over the past 6 years or so. Around 18 months back, NGU was in a 5-year relationship with an American woman by the name of Lullaby, who he originally met through Discord. They would make videos together, she moved in with him in Sweden, and people noticed that he had a bit more confidence, he seemed happier, and comments were left surrounding the pureness of the two and how they were both genuine people whenever they would make content. Unfortunately, things would start going downhill, and he said that the 15 to 20% of the time things were going bad would be a complete game changer to their relationship, whether that be the language barrier, cultural differences, or health differences. They both decided things would be better if they went their separate ways, and that's where they left it.
But sometimes the 10 or 15% that's bad, the problems you have, depending on the problem, it can be like a game changer. And like, we had a lot of communication problems, not only due to the language. It was like both language, culture, and health difference we had. Because people who watch my channel, they know I'm not healthy. I've been sick ridden my entire life, and it can sometimes be annoying, you know. My health is not always on top. Yeah, one thing led to another, and we decided that she had to go back to the US anyway. She had to go back and work on her visa and Swedish citizenship, and so she went back, and a week later, after talking, you know, one thing led to another, and we decided to break up.
But even before this, he had another heartbreaking experience in a previous relationship. NGU said that a woman he was seeing was so easily influenced by her family's opinion that when she showed them a picture of him, they started thinking it was a joke and said that she can do so much better than him. Apparently, she then listened to what her family were saying and started treating NGU like a completely different person, with no respect, and as if she never found him attractive or even liked him in the first place.
But she was very easily influenced by others, and many other people, like her friends and family. She showed them pictures of me, and they told her like how horrendous I was. And that's what she got influenced by, that, because originally she never gave me any impression that she thought that I was unattractive. She was like one of the few with an odd taste who actually liked who I was.
As you can see, relationships were going from bad to worse, which is horrible to hear, especially when it's happening to a guy as pure as him. But there was finally a turning point, a break from all of the awful times he has had. In March 2023, an Argentine woman named Julie came into his life and completely changed everything for the better. This wasn't some kind of relationship out of pity either. They were both connected with their interests, struggles, and plans for the future. Julie dropped everything for him at the time, which included her job, as well as her college education, to again move in with him over in Sweden. Since their first meeting, several videos with the pair were uploaded to his YouTube channel, and the reception they received was one of the most positive reactions I've ever seen on the platform. There were waves and waves of comments saying how proud they are of him because he's come so far, how amazing it is to see two people genuinely passionate about each other, how his journey has motivated others to never give up. The video has even brought people to tears because his journey has been such a struggle, but he's finally in a happy place. And things would get even better for the two. They ended up getting married 3 months ago, found a new house together, and were inseparable. Unfortunately though, she's had quite a few health concerns within the past few months, and has since had to fly back to Argentina, and not knowing when they'll be able to see each other next. NGU believes it'll be within the next year or two, but that's only an estimate, not a set in stone time frame.
She's back in Argentina, and I am back to being in my home all alone all day. It's not fun for either of us. None of us want things to be like this. And I have so many bills. I'm like $3,000, I think it's $3,000 minus now. And I have $200 that's supposed to last the whole month. And despite popular belief, I am not some kind of rich guy. I am living on below minimum wage every month.
This news had a very small number of heartless viewers leave comments suggesting that she's using him for a permanent visa and a way out of Argentina. Even worse, they would also leave hateful comments about her personality and or appearance, forcing him to disable comments on this specific video and explain in the description why he had to turn them off.
Another hump of people, a big lump of them, think that she's with me for getting a green card to Sweden. Getting a green card to Sweden is extremely hard as it is, but the thing is, that's not even our goal. Our actual goal is for me to move to Argentina to live with her.
Myself and other people around the world are hoping there's a positive end to this journey that NGU has had, because he thoroughly deserves happiness after believing in himself and helping others through hard times in their lives. He's a man that will, as the channel name says, never give up and should be extremely proud of himself.
So for people who basically want to know, like, why did you make your channel, all that, I had a tough month. I wanted to put myself out there with something that I didn't really find. I tried finding other people with my problems or relative same experiences, and I couldn't. There were no videos, no motivation. There was no one to connect to. So I decided to be that person, and I didn't want it to be big at all. And so I was like, I'd really like to do this, you know? So my Discord is out there for people who need to talk, and if I can help, I will try to help. That's why I did that.